Hey, fourth grade friends, happy Wednesday. I hope you're doing well today. It's been a long day for Miss Trammell, but I'm here and I'm ready to start Number Corner with you guys. Let's look at our calendar grid for today. Hopefully you can see it fairly well. We know that our pattern has changed to an hour and 30 minutes. Yesterday it was 9 o'clock. Today it is, 10:30. So I am very quickly going to update that on our recording sheet. So it is now 10:30, 10:39, and today is indeed the 18th. We still have 1 hour and 30 minutes between our two calendar markers. It is still PM. As a matter of fact, it's nighttime, and hopefully during the weekday, you guys are asleep by 10:30. And so we have collected 22 hours and 30 minutes. Good? Awesome. Okay, well, yesterday I told you that I went ahead and updated our calendar collector without showing me pouring in the water. And so today I do want to show you what's going to happen when I pour in our 12th fourth. So that's like me adding 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 12 times. And when I add it, now I have another full quart. That gives me 3 full quarts. Can you believe that? We have 3 full quarts. So now I'm wondering, and here's the equation here. So we've done 12 days of school, our 12th day of school. We've done 12 of these cups, and it takes 4 of them to fill up 1 quart. Okay, so we now have a whole number. 12 times a fourth is 3. We could be fancy and we could say a half plus a half, which is a whole. So that's 1 quart plus another half plus another half. That's 2 quarts plus another two halves. Would still be 3 quarts, okay? But just for the sake of time, I'm writing it multiplicatively to save some time of writing out all those 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 until we get to, essentially, we have 12 fourths. Does that make sense? We put 12 of them in these quarts. We have 12 fourths. So I wonder how many days it will be, or what day will it be, should I say, when we fill up our next quart, or will we? I wonder. Okay, so just look at the recording sheet for a second. And we kind of looked at this before, and I wanted to make it very clear that our equations over here are representing how many quarts we have. Right now we have 3 of them. Do you know what's going to happen when I fill my 4th quart? Yeah, I'm going to need a gallon container, okay? And so then I would start filling in my gallons. Right now I don't have any gallons. I could go up here, and if I were to tell you that there are 48 cups in, 16 cups in 1 gallon, then I could go here and I could fill in 1/16 of a gallon, 2/16, 3/16, 4/16, 5/16, and hopefully you notice that the day that it is the same as the numerator that's going in our gallon column. So I could do that, but I'm going to hold off for now. Okay, but I will say that today we're focusing on conversions. Okay, that means converting 1 unit to another unit. So maybe a smaller unit to a larger unit, or a larger unit to a smaller unit. Okay, so I have a couple questions for you guys, and maybe you need to look at this G right here. How many cups are in 1 pint? How many cups are in 1 pint? So you can see there are some C's in there, and that C stands for cup. Right, there's 2 cups in 1 pint? So I'm going to record this thinking, and I'm going to record it on the side of the page. So 1 pint is equal to 2 cups, and we saw that by looking at our G. All right. What about how many cups are in 3 pints? How could you figure that out? 3 pints. We know that there's 2 in 1, so what would 3 pints be? Hopefully you know 3 times 2, 2 plus 2 plus 2 is going to be 6 cups. Okay. All right, so how many cups are in a quart? You guys know this because you've been watching me fill it up this whole time. How many cups? Good, 4 cups. Awesome. So then if I have 9 quarts, what problem would I have to do in my head to figure it out? Yeah, it would be 4 times 9 because in 1 there's 4, and if I have 9 of them, I'd have to do 4 9 times. What is 4 times 9? Good, 36 cups. So here's the question. Hopefully you were listening earlier when I gave you that hint about filling in our gallon column. If I were to do it and write it as a fraction, how many cups are in 1 gallon? So I'll give you a hint. There are 4 quarts in a gallon. And now we know how many cups there are in a quart. So we should be thinking 4 times 4, which is 16 cups. 4 quarts in a gallon, and in each quart there's 4. So 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, 4 times 4. Okay? Couple more, and then we're going to start working on our workbook page. How about 3 gallons then? You guys should be able to do that. 3 times 16. We can think 3 times 10 plus 3 times 6. 3 times 10 is 30. 3 times 6 is 18. 30 plus 18 would give me 48 cups. Yes. Now, I'm going to go ahead and write this because I think we kind of talked about it. How many quarts are in, how many quarts are in a gallon? You guys know this. And I still didn't fix it. 1 gallon has 4 quarts. And if you didn't, now you know. Okay, so then, for real, this is the last one. 3 gallons would then have 3 times 4, because 3 gallons, each gallon has 4 quarts. So that would be 12 quarts. I'm going to leave this up for you because maybe it will help you when you are working on this workbook page. Who knows? But you guys are going to work on this workbook page. You're going to work on this workbook page individually. You can work it with a partner if you would like. I don't know how that would work if you are home by yourself or learning virtually, but maybe there are breakout rooms that you guys can go in. But if not, you're working on it independently, and that is okay. So go ahead and pause the video so that you can get to work. And then when you're ready, we are going to check your answers together. Good luck. All right. Maybe you guys are ready. Let's go over it. This first problem was interesting. Looks like a ratio table, right? But we have, instead of having the smaller numbers on top to start with, you have the bigger numbers on top. So instead of it saying 1 to 4, 4 to 1, and that's okay. Same thing, okay? So in 1 quart, there are 4 cups, 2 quarts, 8 cups, 3 quarts. Now we didn't do 3 quarts over here, but we could figure it out because if 1 is 4, then 3 times 4 would be 12. Okay, 4 to 16. So how many quarts would be in 20 cups? So we could think division or a missing factor problem. Something times 4 equals 20. Yes, and maybe you saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe it will continue. Yeah, let's try it. 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you figure that out, awesome. Miss Trinell didn't even see that at first. All right, so then 6 times 4 would be 24. I could have also figured out 6 by doubling 3. Okay, so 7, I could just add on another 4 to that, right? 24 plus 4 is 28. Or maybe I know my 7 times table, 7 times 4 still is going to give me 28. Okay, 8 times 4 is 32. 9 times 4, I don't know, I can add my 5 times 4 plus my 4 times 4. So 20 plus 16 gives me 36. Or I could have added 4 to my 8 times 4. I could have subtracted 4 since we have our tens facts, and we can use our known facts to solve for facts that we don't know. So now I see these dots here, which means some time passes or some numbers pass. We get to 64. So what'd you get? 64 divided by 4, or something times 4, gives you 64. You're right. Did anybody use this table to help you figure out like a combination of what you can add together to give you 64? I see something. 40 plus 24, which means 10 plus 6. Did you see that? Did you figure that out? Did you get 16 if you did it a different way? If you did 64 divided by 4, maybe you drew your circles. Hopefully you're doing your work independently and pausing the videos, right? Okay. All right, so then 100, we know this. Think about money. I'm going to split 100 between 4 people or $1 between 4 people. This person's going to get a quarter. That's worth 25 cents. So hopefully you guys got these answers. So let's look at number 2 then. How many cups are in 400 quarts? Yikers. What is my equation? How'd you solve that? Yeah, 400 times 4, because in each quart there are 4 cups. So then what is 400 times 4? 1,600? If you didn't get that, I'm going to break 400 up into 100 times 4. And then we still have times 4. And I could put my parentheses there. And then I can reassociate. Instead of doing 4 times 100 to get 400, I do 4 times 4, which is 16. And now I can clearly see that I have 16 hundreds. And that is what that would look like, okay? So make sure you're checking your work, you're correcting your work if you did not get this. And we showed how we know. So sometimes the question says show how you know or how do you know? And writing an equation is showing how you know, because we know there are 4 cups in 1 quart. So in 400 quarts, it would be 400 times 4. And we can even label these numbers. So it will be 4 cups per quart. 400 quarts would give me 1,600 cups per quart. Or cups in cups, should I just say. All right, so if you have 200 cups, how many quarts can you fill? What equation should I use to solve this one? 200 cups, how many quarts can you fill? Kind of like 200 divided by 4. You're putting 4 cups for a quart. Okay, so what might you get? What did you get? So when we're dividing by 4, we're not putting it in 4 groups. We're putting it in groups of 4. So remember we talked about the different types of division where you know the number of groups, but you don't know how many in each group, or you know how many in each group, and you don't know the number of groups. Well, this is the problem where we know how many in each group, got to figure out how many groups. So it's like subtracting 4 over and over and over again. So what'd you get? Could also think about it as 4 times something is 200. And maybe you look at the 20 in 200, you know, 4 times 5 is 20. So maybe 4 times 50 is 200. And indeed, the answer is 50. You can fill 50 quarts. Okay? It's 50 times 4. It's going to give you 200. Let's look at number 4. Would you use cups, quarts, or gallons to measure the amount of water you use to take a shower? Now, this should have been easy because if you're measuring, that's a lot of water. Will we want to use this little thing? No. Right, so we're going to use a gallon because it's a larger unit. And I'm just going to leave it at that. When you shower, that's a lot of water that you're using. Definitely want to measure it in gallons. There's one more page that I would like to review, and that'll conclude our number corner for today. Marco's having a party. He needs 3 big pitchers full of lemonade. Each pitcher is 12 cups of water and 2 cups of lemon juice. How many quarts of water will he need? How many quarts of lemon juice will he need? Use numbers, pictures, or words to show your thinking. So he's making 3 pitchers. And each one needs 12 cups of water. So what problem is that? That's 12 times 3, which gives me 36 cups. But really, I'm asking for how many quarts. So I could convert my 12 cups to how many quarts? 3. Today's our 12th day. So I need 3 quarts of water. Okay. Each pitcher, oh wait, is Mr. Mel? Hold on. He wants to make 3 big pitchers, and each pitcher is going to take 12 cups. So that's 3 quarts in each pitcher. So it's not 3. So what is it? 3 times 3, which is 9 quarts of water, because he needs 3 quarts for each pitcher. Okay? Then it says, how many quarts of lemon juice? Well, you only need 2 cups of lemon juice in each quart, or in each pitcher. And you need 3 pitchers. That's 2 plus 2 plus 2, which is 6 cups of lemon juice, but we want to convert it to quarts. So maybe let's look back. Calendar collector here for when we had 6 cups. And how many quarts was that? Yeah, that's 1 1/2. So I'm going to record that as 1.5, which is 1 1/2 quarts of lemon juice. And the last problem, Alexis is bringing soup to Marco's party. She has 6 quarts of potato soup and 2 1/2 quarts of tomato soup. How many cups of soup is she bringing? Okay, so that, and I'm just going to do this very quickly for the sake of time, because hopefully you work this out. 6 quarts, and there are 4 cups in each quart. Question is asking 4 cups, plus she has 2 1/2 quarts, which means I have 2 times 4, and then a half of 4. So I'm just going to record that as 2 for my half. I know half of 4 is 2. Okay, 6 times 4 is 24. Plus I have 8 for 4 times 2. Plus I have another 2 for my half, which gives me 34 cups. That is how many cups she should bring to the party. All right, great work today. I'll see you guys tomorrow.